Oh, hey. I didn't see you there. Nice to meet you, or I guess technically it's nice of you to meet me, but hey, potato potato, I appreciate you being here. If you came from my other channel, you may feel like you already know me, and in a sense you do. You've seen a considerable part of me, the side full of energy and full of comedy. I like that side of me and all, but the truth is that girl is not always around. This guy can attest to that. I think it's time to pull back the curtain and create a space where I can create, share, document, inspire, and give just a little more without the crippling pressure to create a laugh with every frame of a video. After all, we're all multifaceted and incredibly complex, so who came up with the weird, stifling rule that creators should stick to one thing? It's a dumb rule. You can't really be truly creative if you're only allowed to create what other people like. Don't worry though, guys. I'm physically incapable of taking myself too seriously. We're still gonna have fun. We're just gonna do it without the pressure, without the scripts, without the sponsors, the studio lights. You get the idea. Welcome to the wild, kids. Okay, so this is a test to see if this lens is focusing on my face because it's not focusing on anything else currently. How about if I get up close? I'm upset. Don't shudder at me. This new lens I got goes I can't even do it when it wants me to know that I've done something wrong to it. It's rude. Y'all, times they are a-changin'. I just went through something I feel like if I ever decide to tell you guys my whole story of my life, you would be shocked. Nick always tells me I should write a book, maybe one day. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I just went through something really traumatic with a family member. He doesn't really want to be in my life anymore, hasn't spoken to me since, and this particular person has done this before. This is the third time. He did it once when I was 10, he did it once again when I was like 20, and this time, instead of like ripping my heart out, it did rip my heart out for a second. Me and Nick both read what he wrote and we were shocked. But then pretty quickly I felt like my eyes were opened and I started to get this clarity. And all of these things that have happened in the last couple years and red flags that there was something really wrong with this person's behavior that I continued to put up with and ignore and try to get past because I really wanted this relationship to work. All of those things came flooding into my mind and I'm just going through such a weird thing right now. It's like a combination of grief from like losing a relationship with someone that you really love, and then the other half of it is like I feel such clarity and I feel peace with it because this person is so manipulative, and so I'm feeling so many different things right now. And I promise I won't keep rambling, but it is a good reminder for me that something I've always wanted to share with you guys. My unsolicited advice for any of you watching who probably weren't even thinking about anything like this today, my unsolicited advice is never, ever, ever fight for anyone's affection. Never fight for anyone's affection. I'm not saying don't fight for relationships like your marriage or important relationships that you want to work. There's some struggle, there's some give and take, but I'm talking someone who doesn't want to be in your life, someone who makes no effort to have a relationship with you, takes zero initiative. I just implore you not to beg for it. Oh my gosh, there's a little baby cardinal who recently fledged and his parents are feeding him. It's the cutest thing I've ever seen. What were we talking about? Because think about this, guys. Let's say you kind of beg and plead and you communicate with someone over and over like, hey, you're not really taking the initiative with our relationship that I expected you to. You're not really making me feel loved. You're not really wanting to hang out with me, What's the end to that? If they finally go ahead and do what you ask them to do, does that feel good to you? That you got them to love you out of guilt? You don't want that, and you deserve better than that. That's been on my mind so much lately. I always joke and say I could win an award for how hard I won't fight for other people's affections, but this one person, I tried really hard, and so now I need to take my own advice. So thank you for coming to my TED Talks. Oh, my wrist hurts. Which brings me to my next point. Recent events have put some stuff into perspective for me, and I kind of feel like I need to get away. I work not as much as I used to. maybe like 70 hours a week. And sometimes I feel like I'm not living my life and I'm sitting behind a computer editing all day or writing or responding to emails or whatever it is I'm doing. So I want to get away. I want to go out to my family's cabin. My parents inherited this beautiful, spectacular cabin. When I say parents, I mean my mom and stepdad, by the way. It's on, I think it's like 2,000 acres or something. It's like 45 minutes from me, but it feels like a world away. There's something about the place that just feels so remote and secluded, and there's nothing I love more than going there. It came into our lives, I think in 2020. That was the first time I got to use it. And 2020 was such a bad year. I lost my friend, Nick broke his back, COVID happened, like everything went wrong that year for everybody. And it was like a refuge. It was a blessing. It was a refuge. We could go and be together and be happy. And I only have good, wonderful feelings at this place. So I want to go there this weekend, and I need to be in nature. There's no cell phone service there unless you drive like 10 minutes to the top of the hill, which I don't really do that often. And that's what's up, y'all. So the weekend at the cabin was so beautiful. The weather was perfect. I love the month of May in Missouri. Missouri has such extreme weather, but May is pretty mild. It's warm enough to play around in the creek, but not swelteringly hot to where you want to die. There's something so healing about nature, don't you guys think? Something that just makes you feel like you don't want to sweat the small stuff, you know? You can just sit by the fire with your friends, have some good food, and not think about what video you have to get done editing next because of the sponsorship that you have coming up that you need to keep your business running, you know?
What's this big old log thing? Is that cheese?
That's my bit. Oh, there it goes.
So this is Adler, and he is my late friend Elizabeth's son. And this is her daughter Remy. You've met both of her kids. They're also Channing's kids. You guys know and love Channing. Being with Elizabeth's kids at this cabin over the last couple of years has really helped me heal from her loss. Just seeing them happy and playing and enjoying the place has helped my heart heal in so many ways. I just can't wait to tell her one day about all the fun that they had here. Everything went spectacular the first night, and then the next morning I woke up super swollen and super sick and super puffed up full of histamines and allergies, so that was cool. So I woke up not too long ago. We left the place a mess last night, so I need to get cleaning. I was thinking about making some mini pancakes. I don't know. We'll see where the day takes me. And I need some liquid IV because I had a little too much wine last night, okay? Sue me. But I was thinking about making some of that fire roasted like homemade salsa. Nick's at the grocery store. Should I do that, or should I go out and be in nature in the beautiful weather and heal my weary heart? Maybe we should do both.
See that steam heat coming? And I'll tell you how they say it. It's because...
Can you tell me why you rolled in poop? It's just because you're bad and you like to smell bad? So, we had quite a weekend. Like, I'm still not recovered from it. The bummer is, like, I love nature so much. I want to be in nature 24/7. I've been trying to remember when I became such, like, an indoor person. I think it's the result of my allergies. I don't know, it probably sounds silly, but I mean, I'm having this wonderful time. I'm out in beautiful nature, feeling peaceful, feeling wonderful, and all of a sudden I just get deathly ill and cannot stop sneezing and coughing, and I have to take my inhaler, and it just kind of ruins it for me. That's what I did this weekend. I was still able to enjoy myself. Long story long, it's time for me to head to work and edit some stuff for my Patreon. Oh, and then the other thing was, as we were leaving, we always like spend the day Sunday cleaning up. Nick went to wash like the bedding for the bed that we slept on, and he didn't realize my phone was wrapped up in it, and he washed my phone. So my phone is toast. Last night was my first night without my cell phone in like years. And I did fine. I don't really care that much about phones. Wouldn't it be cool if we didn't have to live with phones? If we didn't have to be accessible to everybody all the time? What a dream. You want to get a hold of me? Call my landline. Anyway, let's go to the studio. Oh, sorry about my dishes.
took a video, brought it up, and it started glitching. And like I had it underwater for like 5 seconds.
I just found out that the Fresh Time by my house has real boba, which is very exciting. Chef prepared fresh daily. $5. How cute, Sam. Okay. I swear nothing I do is cute. Yeah, it was about a bazillion times too sweet. So I transferred it to my own boba cup. And I added flax milk, which by the way I just discovered and is probably my new favorite non-dairy milk. And I'm hoping it'll cut down on the sweetness. 1 bazillion% better. Who wants to drink a drink that is literally pure sugar? Not me. Nicholas is fishing. He went fishing with some of his friends out at the cabin, and on his way there he called and he said his friends were under the impression they were camping tonight, and he was like, do you care? And I was like, not at all. And I actually got up and showered this morning and like left the house, which I feel like always sets you up to have a little bit better of a day, a little bit more productive. And I have some alone time. I love my husband like literally to no end, but we all need our alone time, you know? So I feel like the world is my oyster today. I think I maybe shouldn't have done the whole package. I left a bit of a mess. It's a bit crazy.
What's going on? Where's your new bird?
It's so weird living next to a cemetery. I don't know if I told you guys about this before, but we've lived here for 10 years and we've always lived next to it, but I have never had a like front row seat to it until the new house, because now the old house faced that way and this house faces that way, and so my sliding glass door, I can just see people in the cemetery all the time, and sometimes they're like down on their knees praying and grieving. And there's this one lady who comes and sits on a bench and stares at the same grave every day. At first I was like, this is not going to be good for my mental health, but now I've just come to appreciate these people. It makes me feel compassion every day, which is a good thing to feel, you know. Okay, there we go. Both of my hands are absolutely on fire. I guess from handling the jalapenos. I've literally washed them 10 times. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, man. I have just been so grateful for a day off. Not just a day off, but a day of solitude. Even though I'm cooking and stuff, I feel like I'm resting. I feel like I'm just taking a break from staring at a computer editing. And I'm just like taking time to appreciate this house. I feel like we've been so busy since we moved. I haven't like soaked it all in, you know? And I cannot tell you how wonderful it is to have a sink that has a sprayer. Like washing vegetables is so much easier. Just little things, cabinet space, white walls. It's been such an amazing change. And I really want to like say more words to you right now, but all I can think about is that my hands are burning. Hurts. The other day at the bird store, I got these little nectar dots to hand feed hummingbirds. And this time of night, wow, it is so beautiful out here. This time of night is when they come to the feeder like crazy. So I want to see if I can hand feed some. I usually get too shaky, but we're going to try. I was a little girl alone in my little world who dreamed of a little home for me. I played pretend between the trees and fed my house cats sparking leaves and laughed in my pretty bed of green. I had a dream I could fly from the highest swing. I had a dream. That's a carpenter bee. I searched this studio high and low for salt and pepper. I cannot find it. And everyone's on lunch, and I'm all by myself, and I can't really enjoy my soup. So my camera died this morning when I was vlogging, so I didn't really get to talk to you guys. I'm at work now, but I wanted to tell you about yesterday. Yesterday, my mom and stepdad took us to see the property that they're giving us, which I can't even begin to express enough gratitude for. They're giving us land. It's insane. Wasn't sure what I was looking at on a map, and I kind of wanted to see it both in person and on a map to like make the comparison. And the spot we chose is so beautiful and so cool. It's just so lush and thick. There's a huge pond. The pond kind of needs to be cleaned up a little bit to get some of like trees out of it that have fallen in it, etc., etc. Certain foliage, but I'm over the moon excited about it because I believe what we're gonna do is build a cabin to either use ourselves or do like an Airbnb type thing or both. I want to bring you guys along for the whole journey. I'm like 90% sure I want to do it. I would be 100% sure, but I just get a little overwhelmed at like everything I have to do. Even just thinking yesterday about like starting the water and sewer and figuring out the Wi-Fi situation and just everything I need to just get started, like getting a short-term renter's license I think you have to do, and like checking with government restrictions about what I can build there. It's a lot. I feel like it's gonna be so worth it, man. Depending on my budget, I don't know, maybe I'll build a tiny house out there. Anybody want to come stay in my tiny house? I've also gone back and forth with the idea of like a yurt. I think yurts are so cool. I've been obsessed with them ever since I was obsessed with that show Alone. You remember me always talking to your guys' ear off about that show? I remember one of the contestants named Lucas. He built a yurt, and I thought about that yurt every day for like a year. So anyway, now I'm just gonna do a quick lunch. I'm gonna do a quick lunch and get back to editing. Dante's editing the Chris Stapleton video. Channing's gonna be working on a vlog or a story. I feel like now I have a difference between like stories and vlogs. And I'm gonna be writing a script for The Perfect Pairing Netflix movie I'm gonna review. I haven't gotten this feeling in a while where I'm watching a movie and I'm like, this is going on my channel, my main channel. The movie was almost 100% cliches. It's gonna be such a fun, like good laugh. I'm excited. By the way, this lentil soup, even better the next day or 2 days later, however many days it's been. So this day we picked up new computers for the studio because a year of the guys editing on laptops was getting to be too much. And I was trying to explain to them that the computers have names, and I think they thought it was weird. And then when it comes to airdropping, this is Dave and that's Shelly.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Shelly.
Shelly's
Dave and
mine. We're gonna keep
Why
your-
did I get a boy
keep your
name?
sticky mitts off her.
I really want everything to be color graded. So like if I uncheck this. Hey, what's going on everybody? From First Week Feast, I'm Sean Evans. Sorry, I just wanted you to know that part because it's important.
Yeah, you wrote it.
You didn't read it like that.
I just quoted you is all I did.
Okay.
She's amazed. She's amazed dozens of.
Amassed. I just tore it. I just tore a hole in it immediately. You don't have a scar. Okay.
That is weird. Your scar's gone.
You're gonna do the whole thing through, looking that way, and then we'll move the camera, and you'll do the whole thing through again, and then we'll tell you where to look. Because the camera switches back and forth while they're talking, and so I don't want you to have to do like half a sentence here and then move, you know.
Right, but I'm saying like, is he looking at the camera when he goes, "Hey everybody, I'm Sean Evans. Welcome to," you know?
Yeah.
So should I skip that part?
No,
Since
you
the
just-
camera's way over there.
No, just turn and look at the camera.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Where's your book? Where's your water? Hello? The water. Dad. Yes, it good? Yes. Excellent. Oh, excellent.
Oh, that's so weird.
Excellent. What else do you want to talk about? Excellent.
See you guys.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Saw you